Hey, I'm with Meredith Noble, and we're here uncovering the juiciest details, everything you're searching, everything you want to find out, and we're going to dive deeper together. Oh, bow ties. Wow, I love this. I'm curious to hear, what's Meredith's take on if AI will replace grant writers?
Look, for a hot second, I thought that it would. And I was worried about that, the future of grant writing. I ended up meeting somebody at a mastermind in Canada that had no nonprofit experience, no grant writing experience. And what do you know? This guy was cranking out 40 grant applications with just 2 grant writers per month and still was slaying it with a high win rate of 73%. You didn't listen to what I just said and think, yeah, we are in trouble, then you weren't listening. What was so interesting is despite all of those wins, they discovered how many aspects of the grant writer's gig cannot be automated, cannot be done by AI. So no, AI is not replacing grant writers, but let me tell you, this is the year that you've got to go pro. You cannot dabble casually. You need to make a commitment to build the skill of using AI to be the world-class grant writer that I know you are.
What's Meredith's take on unpaid nonprofit work?
I don't want you volunteering grant writing if you don't feel that you are worthy of getting paid to do that work as a professional. But if you choose to have that be your source of volunteering, your way of giving back to the community, go for it. If you're serious about grant writing being a consistent part of your portfolio, because relationships are so foundational to that, it's absolutely must be a line item on your team's budget and a non-negotiable.
100%. What's Meredith's take on burnout?
What I have found, it's not always external. It's not always it was forced and pushed on you. If that doesn't change in your patterns, your behavior, your boundaries, your own concept of self-care, it will follow you into any new career that you take. The life we're living today is a reflection of choices we've made in the past. There's a lot of intentionality that goes into it, and it's not something that happens overnight. But if you're consistent about it, then you will find that you can make burnout a thing of the past, and most people don't know how to do that in the community and culture that we live in today.
These are truly hot takes. What's Meredith's take on cold pitching funders? We get this one a lot.
Really? So
yes,
fascinating.
That we do.
My take is don't do it. But I'm going to give you 2 pro tips for if you are in this situation trying to build a relationship where one does not exist. Do not meet a funder and give them a big long elevator pitch. Instead, have a finely tuned, tangible transformation sentence. This means I help specific identity achieve a tangible outcome and avoid the #1 pain in their life by doing so. That is a short, tight, punchy sentence. By having that as your hook, you're inviting conversation, you're leaning in, and now we're having a conversation that builds a relationship that is now a warm-pitched funder.
Wow. What's Meredith's take on imposter syndrome?
Ooh, it's a hot one, eh? Okay, I'm not gonna say it doesn't exist because I remember it in my first year of grant writing. The moment it was named and I was like, oh, this is a phenomenon of the brain, it took away a lot of the power of it. That the sooner you can realize that this is just a weird mindset trick and it doesn't have to have ownership and power over you, the better off you will be. There is a world in which you can literally not experience this, but you want to feel like you're right on that edge, that growth edge of you are learning, you're growing, you're expanding, and I wish that for everybody.
Meredith Noble gas leak.
What that's about is that when I really grew the Grant Writing Collective, I used to live out in a super remote part of Alaska that got 25 to 50 feet of snow. There was a little tiny house that I lived in that had a weird sound kind of firing up. And we had just had like an 8-foot snow dump. I went to pursue it. Toyo stove, which is the heater, was backfiring. It sounded like an old car that was like pop, pop, pop. And I ran to it to hit the power button. And in the moment I hit the power button, the house exploded. Literally lifted up a couple of feet. All of the oxygen was sucked out of the room. So like I remember feeling very compressed, like squished. I think it was a formative experience that gave me a lot of clarity, and my whole life really pivoted after that. It's a miracle I lived. Most people don't survive these, but I did. And here to tell the story.
Here you are telling the story to us. How to write a grant, Meredith Noble.
I think what people are searching for is my book. Treat yourself on Amazon if you get it there, and get the hardcover. I made it really, really cheap. I wanted for you to read only the first chapter and to know exactly how to write a grant, and you will. This whole thing is filled with battle wounds, scars, stories, things that were learned the hard way so that you don't have to. I actually went freestyle in Audible, and it's something that you can never stop learning in.
So true. Meredith Noble wedding.
The funny story is that I met my husband on Hinge, and a week later we drove to Seattle to be able to ship my car. So it was literally a blind date for 4 days to make the drive. But I remember looking at him and thinking, this is the guy, this is my husband, I'm gonna marry him. I proposed to him, and 7 months later We got married at my family's cattle ranch. I borrowed my friend's dress. I think the most expensive thing we bought was a chocolate torte, because that's my favorite dessert. It was a wedding of $200. And a week later, we wanted to celebrate with friends and family, so we invited them to McCarthy, which is that very special place in the Wrangell St. Elias National Park. It was an old copper mine town, so all the buildings are painted red. It overlooks this huge glacier. I bought a bright red dress, and we threw a literally pop-up dinner party for 30 people. It was a blast. It was really awesome, and I think it just goes to show that we don't have to follow the prescribed rules that we often perceive are around us. You can write your own rule book, and that includes not wearing a white wedding dress if you don't want to. Well, thank you for the interview. I hope you feel like you got something juicy.
We definitely did.
You can ask anything in the comments, and I will reply.
Was it? I'm so sorry.
No, it's even better.
Should I throw it this way?
No, it's great.